So I watched the Super Mario Bros. Movie from 1993 for the very first time, and yeah, it's a movie. So the basic concept of this movie is that dinosaurs ruled the Earth 65 million years ago, before humanity was a thing, and a meteor strikes the Earth. And when the meteor strikes the Earth, there is a piece of a meteorite that is a tiny little rock that they need later on, 65 million years later, to be able to connect the dimensions, because apparently the dinosaurs that ruled the Earth are now in an alternate dimension, and then there is the humans in the regular dimension. All right, so I'm gonna really try not to do this without laughing, but it's literally going to be impossible because of the way this movie is. So one of the very first lines in this movie alone had me laughing, let alone the puppets themselves were of dinosaurs in the dinosaur stone age. And the dinosaur literally says, you know, life don't get much better than this. Which is so cheesy.
You know, it just don't get no better than this.
Yeah. So time fast forward, and when it fast forwards, you see someone with a thing, it's like a rock thing or whatever, and there's actually an egg. And that egg hatches, and that egg ends up being Daisy. It hatches. It's a baby that hatches out of an egg, like a real actual baby hatches out of a big egg. And it just, I was like, what? Wait. Okay, so a baby just hatched out of an actual egg. Okay, sure, let's go with it. So as we move on here, Mario and Luigi, they go over to them. They live in Brooklyn. They are plumbers, you know, yada, yada, yada. We also see a little more of Daisy. She does things with fossils and hunting with fossils and stuff, doing research on them, as that is basically her job, and they are the plumbers. And they end up running into each other. When they end up running into each other, it's basically she has to make a phone call. Luigi is on the phone because they're trying to get a plumbing job, because their vehicle it broke down, and Mario's got to fix it, whatever. And then he said no, there was no plumbing jobs, because he gave the phone to Daisy. He kind of love at first sight, yada yada, weird stuff going on. So then they end up giving her a ride or something, and then some stuff happens. They go on there's like a double date thing that happens with Mario and Luigi, with Daisy and this other lady. And from there we see Luigi says about Mario that he's like his mom. His mom. But then he says, oh, or my dad, or whatever. Like, I guess he's his father figure. They're not brothers? Mario raised Luigi? I don't know.
He's been my mother my whole life. Hey.
So basically, Daisy was not human, was raised in Brooklyn. And so she has this rock necklace that is the piece of meteor that the villains end up needing to be able to merge the two universes together in order for everyone to be monkeys and dinosaurs. Yeah. I said it. So instead of it being Mushroom Kingdom, they called it Dino Hatton. Dino Hatton? What? Before we get into that, though, because we're not even at Dino Hatton yet, let's talk about Iggy and Spike. These are two of the Koopalings that ended up through a void that ended up in the Earth side of things. And they ended up in their dimension, and they need to kidnap Daisy for King Koopa, because he wants the stone. He doesn't even really want Daisy. He wants the stone that Daisy has, so that he can rule over the universes and devolve everybody into animals. Yeah. Because, yeah, that's cool. So Luigi ends up going on a date with Daisy, and then they end up going down in these tunnels because she really wants to show him the fossils, you know. She thinks this stuff's fascinating, that's cool, and he said, oh yeah, that's awesome, you know, even though he's just trying to impress her. And then they end up going down in these tunnels, and she shows him the fossils and stuff, and then some plumbing breaks. The other plumbing company that's like their enemy ends up screwing something up, and all the plumbing breaks down there, whatever. So then Mario comes out of nowhere, and Mario and Luigi basically have to fix all this plumbing. So they start fixing this plumbing, and Daisy kind of is holding a light or whatever, I don't know, trying to help them, doing what she can. And then Iggy and Spike come out of nowhere, and what do? They knock them out, and before they knock them out, you could clearly hear them splashing their feet in the water. Like, I mean, I get there was water spraying, but come on, really? And they both just got knocked out, boom, and then they took Daisy with them to the other dimension. Okay, so when Mario and Luigi go after her because they hear her screaming, of course, because they want to go and save Daisy, you know? They don't care about the rock, they just want to save Daisy because, you know, Daisy's a nice person. So they go to follow, and they go after these guys, and Mario's over here like, I'm gonna break every bone in their body before they die.
I'm gonna break every bone in their body, and then I'm gonna kill them.
Anyways, they get to the portal, right? And the portal is not what you would think it is. It's not a green pipe. No, it's a rock wall. It's a rock wall that they phase through. And they phased through. Before they phased through, Daisy's face was literally like reaching through the wall, the rock wall. Luigi, help me! Blah blah blah. And then he ends up taking the necklace because I don't know, she reached out and he just kind of grabbed the necklace, so then they gotta go in after her. And Mario's scared to go through this thing, but he just kind of Luigi dives right in. At this point in the movie, you know, it's just a joke. You know, you're in it just to laugh. It's a train wreck. it's a train wreck. So at this point in the movie, Mario and Luigi are now officially in Dino Hatton, and they want to all they want to do is save Daisy. They don't know about this rock. They don't even know what the heck it is. They just know, Luigi knows that she just wore it all of her life. Apparently she never took it off at all. And so from there, they get to Dino Hatton. They have this necklace. Then don't mess with old ladies, okay? Don't mess with old ladies. This lady that runs into them, she's got like a taser type smoke weapon thing and pokes them and stuff, takes the necklace. She's got the necklace. Then some other lady takes the necklace, and the necklace is gone for a little bit. So at this point in time, King Koopa finds out about Mario and Luigi being there because the Koopalings come back to King Koopa, and they do not have the necklace that he needs because they are idiots.
The meteorite piece that she wears around her neck, and I told you not to forget it.
And so the idiots later on end up getting smarter, but at this point in time, he puts a bounty on Mario and Luigi's head, and that's why people end up chasing after them. Or maybe the bounty was after they escaped prison, so we'll get to that. We go into a scene where Mario and Luigi end up meeting King Koopa, and talking to him about who they want to meet. They want to meet this King Koopa guy, and they call him names and stuff like that, and it offends him and stuff. So what does he do? He shows them the devolver machine, which is the machine that he's going to use to devolve evolution, to devolve everyone. He wants everyone to be dinosaurs and monkeys and apes. He does not want people to be human anymore, and he does not like that him and his race are humanoid type people now, and he hates that idea, and he just really wants to get this rock so he can merge everything together and they can all just be animals in one big happy dumb family of animals. I don't know. So when they see this devolver machine, get this, they devolved Toad. I didn't even know it was Toad because there was no integration that it was Toad. Like, there was nothing there to tell me that was Toad that they did that to. He turned him into a Goomba, which that in itself doesn't even make any sense, to turn these characters into Goombas.
It's Toad? Yes.
There's also so many cheesy one-liners and corny jokes in this movie. Like, when they are asked what their full name was, I guess it's Mario and Luigi Mario.
Luigi?
No, Luigi Mario.
Also, there was a line that Mario said in the movie that really reminded me of an Anakin line from Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Although this came out before The Phantom Menace, mind you, but still, like, I don't know, it's just weird.
This is driving!
Now this is pod racing.
So after Mario and Luigi escape, the Iggy and Spike, he makes them smarter. In the machine, he actually evolves them and enhances their brain power and makes them smarter, but they're actually still kind of dumb, still idiots. And at this point, Daisy is getting captured. And she is wearing a purple dress, not a yellow dress. Like, what the heck, man? So she's captured, and you know what happens? Yoshi. So she meets Yoshi, and we got this weird puppetized Jurassic Park Yoshi.
Yoshi is a pet of the royal family. You may pet him.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think this movie really, it's basically Jurassic Park, but if the villain wanted all humans to become dinosaurs. That's essentially what I'm getting from this. So King Koopa comes in, meets Daisy, talks with Daisy, talks about the rock, blah, 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 his goal. And then he sticks out his tongue and is all creepy, weird, and he's just a creep, like, for real. And he tells her about her father a little bit, and we'll get to that in a minute, but yeah, he's just weird. These Luigi one-liners, though? Oh, gosh.
Oh, no. Where's the rock, scallywag? Where's Daisy, butt breath?
So the meteor piece needs to be fused with the meteor itself in order for the dimensions to be combined into one dimension. Right? Yeah? Sounds like a Mario movie? So there's one little Wario nod in this movie, because this came out technically the year after Wario existed, and I mean, I think they were probably filming around the time that Wario was coming out, and for his existence, and Mario wore a yellow suit to a club, and Luigi wore a red suit to a club, because Waluigi did not exist yet, so it couldn't do purple. But they went to a club. Isn't this supposed to be a kid's movie? Right? Maybe? Or am I wrong? But they went to the club. And then while they're at the club, at this point in time, they're only there to find the rock. The stone that they need, the necklace thingy. And this lady took it earlier in the show, and now Mario basically, oh yeah, I'm gonna be so romantic. I don't know what he says, but basically Mario wants to be try being romantic to this lady and convince her to give him the necklace, or at least dance with him so he can get the necklace. And after they get into the club, while they are there, a lady notices that they are the ones on the wanted poster, so she calls King Koopa's men, and the Goombas show up at the place, and the Goombas, oh jeez. Anyways, so the lady that had the rock ends up helping them escape and gives them what I like to call moon shoes. Whatever they're called in the movie, no. Those are straight up moon shoes. If you grew up in my generation, you know exactly what I'm talking about, what moon shoes are. And these were like the OG moon shoes before moon shoes even existed. So over an hour into the movie, Luigi and Mario are finally kind of wearing their iconic outfits as they gotta go save Daisy. They gotta go save the world from King Koopa and from this other lady, and they gotta stop the dimensions from combining together, and they gotta save the universe, and Luigi's finally wearing his green outfit after all this time, over an hour in, and he's finally wearing green. So this lady Lena that was working with King Koopa basically as his like girlfriend type character, I don't know, ends up turning against him, but at the same time she's not, because she ends up doing realistically the same thing that he wanted to do, right? It was like the same goal. Also, when the Mario brothers are on their way to save Daisy and save everybody that's there, they end up in an elevator, right? And they end up in there with a bunch of Goombas. And elevator music starts playing, and they're just shaking them side to side to get them to start dancing like this. And it's just like, what? What am I looking at?
What? Trust me.
Okay, so Yoshi, back to Yoshi, he tries eating this lady Lena, which I find hilarious, but she stabs him with her boot or something? I don't really know. So you know how Toad is a Goomba now, right? Well, this Goomba kinda is a good guy, apparently, in a way. He also has a harmonica right here. I don't know why. He doesn't play the harmonica, but okay. But anyways, he brings Daisy a plate with pizza on it, with like worms and stuff. They don't zoom in on it, but that's essentially what people there like, I guess. They like worms. But she's like, no thanks, I'm a vegetarian or whatever. And she's like, could you bring me some vegetables? He's like, or something. I don't know.
For me? I'm a vegetarian.
All right, now we get into the nitty gritty. Fungus. So there's this fungus, right? And this fungus basically is just fungus, you know, all over the place, everywhere and stuff. And there is a car chase scene, and the ending of it, which was earlier on, I mentioned Mario with the driving, they get saved by the fungus, right? But this fungus, not that specific fungus, but get this, Daisy's father is fungus. Yeah, he's devolved almost all the way back. Almost. We'll get to that.
This is my father?
Yes.
So when Mario and Luigi go to jump over this spot that was just a gap that went way down, Luigi's like, don't worry, I got this, Mario. He jumps across, and then Mario's like, okay, I'm gonna come too. Luigi didn't tell him that he had a thing connected to him. You didn't even see the thing connected to him when he goes to jump and hang. It didn't make sense. He was saying, I'm floating, Mario. I'm floating. How does that seem like even make any sense? Luigi literally jumps in the air, and he says that he's flying, that he's floating, when he was on a harness. How do you get that harness connected? So what happens with Mario? Mario jumps, right? He starts falling, and then guess what saves him? The fungus. It literally, I kid you not, the fungus, I'm pretty sure it, like, saved his life. Like, it literally saved his life. Like, it was alive. And it made a trampoline for Mario to jump on. To jump up to his brother, so his brother could grab his hand. So Luigi and Daisy ended up getting captured, so Mario and Luigi are now split up, and Mario goes to save his lady, and he sneaks around, but then a Goomba ends up spotting him, and he knocks the Goomba out or whatever, and so he goes to save them, and then one of the girls, she literally hits the Goomba on the head, and when she hits the Goomba on the head, it's all rubbery. Like you see the head like shake. You could tell it was complete rubber. It was hilarious. All right, so as they're escaping, they are now in a slide, but on a bed. On a bed going down a snowy pipe slide thing. And they got the Goombas chasing them behind. It's all fun, you know? It's so amazing. This movie's the best movie ever. And like there's 3 Goombas on this slide on the other bed thing, and they're sliding down. And then there's like these icicles, and Mario's like, duck, and they all duck, and then one of the Goombas gets hit in the face by it, and the other ones have all white faces with snow all over their faces. And it's all just wonderful and great and yeah. So they end up escaping through that slide, and successfully they made it through, and the Goombas are officially, like, those ones are defeated or whatever. And then Luigi and Daisy meet up with Mario and all the ladies, and things are going well, right? But then you forgot. King Goomba. King Koopa is right there. What do Mario and Luigi do? Well, they end up using a mini bullet bill, and they put it inside of the moon shoes, and they like rocketeer the moon shoes at the Goombas and at King Koopa, and it's all like weird. I don't really know what's going on. Also, that chick Lena, she got electrocuted, and she was fine. But then later on, she gets electrocuted again. She ends up turning into a skeleton, and her skeleton ends up on the wall, stuck to the wall. It's so ridiculous, dude. So Mario ends up using a bomb. And everyone's like, oh shoot, a bomb, blah, blah, blah. But then apparently Mario gets Thanos. Everybody just starts getting Thanos. So what happens? Well, they all end up back in the regular Earth dimension with all of the humans, and they got these demorphing guns that demorph people and stuff, and so King Koopa ends up using one of the demorpher guns and demorphs one of the humans into a monkey. And so from there, they gotta fight King Koopa and finish him off. And then Mario and Luigi team up together, and Mario ends up using the gun, I think, and he ends up defeating our dude King Koopa, and King Koopa turns into slime. Listen, moral of the story for this movie, I'm trying to be serious, I really am, but it's really hard. But moral of the story is, you don't watch this movie. Unless you want a really good laugh, because I'm going to be honest with you, this movie is a joke. It is hilarious. Hilariously bad. Like, if you want to watch a bad movie that's funny, just for no reason, that's really, really bad, that you just want to laugh out of, go ahead and watch the Super Mario Bros. 1993 movie. You'll get a laugh out of it just because how awful it is. The jokes are so cheesy, the lines are so cheesy, and the dialogue is so cheesy. The story makes no sense whatsoever at all for there to be two separate dimensions in this kind of way. Yes, there are two dimensions technically. If we're looking at the new Mario movie that came out, technically there is. There's Brooklyn and there's the Mushroom Kingdom. But what they did here is atrocious. What is going on with the Goombas? What is going on with the Koopas? The Goombas, the Koopas, Bowser himself. Why is there de-evolution and evolution machine thing? How'd they create that? Why is this Jurassic Park meets something else because the villain wants people to be dinosaurs and monkeys? I don't know. I just want to say this is the reason why Nintendo did not make another movie for 30 years, because they really messed this up. I can't even imagine. I'm gonna be honest, people in 1993 might have actually liked this movie at the time just because how much of a joke it was, but people who played the video games knew that this was not what they wanted. I mean, Mario and Luigi themselves were casted fine, you know, like they were okay, and the acting was okay for what they had. Like, I'm not gonna bash on the actors themselves. They did fine for what they, with the script that they had, but whoever wrote this movie didn't for this movie talk. I'm never going to watch this movie ever again in my entire life. I hope you have not watched it. If you have watched it, let me know your honest opinions. I'm being real. I want to know some people's thoughts on this movie. And let me know just what you thought of it and the characters and story and all this nonsense, hilarious joke of a movie. I'd rather watch the live action TV show, which is actually a little bit more fun, not gonna lie. And then of course the old cartoon as well. But anyways, guys, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and check out some of the other content. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace.